Greetings, my name is 𝗧𝗜𝗦𝗜𝗏. I'm the Process Optimization Specialist for Lakeside Process Controls. In this episode, we'll be talking about using the Data Manager. So what we're going to cover is how to read in data files into the Data Manager. We're going to talk about various ways to sort the data files and view the data files from the Data Manager. It's important here to think that when you do a lot of optimization work, it's not impossible. It's very often you'll have thousands and thousands of data sets that you can consider and analyze. And that can be kind of overwhelming, and you can't remember which one am I going to read, what the file number is, and so forth. The Data Manager allows you to sort all that out for you. Now here I'm going to have the Data Manager, got Analyze up and running. Go to Data Manager, Data Manager. You can see here the records, there's nothing actually loaded. So what I'm going to do is actually add records from a folder. You can add individual files, but here folder, and it would actually include the subfolders here. So I'm going to go click OK. Now here it says notify on duplicate records. Since I'm adding files or records to a blank slate, I don't have to do that, but if I were to add records to already existing database, I would go skip duplicate records. So I would do that normally. And click OK, and now it's reading, and here it's reading 313 files now. It's important, like I said before, it's easy to have thousands and thousands of data files to be analyzed and to be stored. And always a challenge is how do you actually sort through this? So here we have we're actually here viewing by, you can view by area, date, and tag. So here you can see the 3 different areas. I can expand each individual tag, and I can see the individual data sets by the date and time. On the right-hand side, you can see for each specific signal conversion, you can see the statistics, max value, min, so forth to sigma, the actual peak values as well. So for any kind of oscillations you're looking for, any kind of special comments. And what I usually look at is the preview. So I can go from here, I can go here, take a look at this, and I can see how the loop is actually behaving. Now, normally what I like to do is I like to go sorted by either tag and run number, and so I could see what the data was actually doing with this based on the different run numbers. Where you rather go run numbers, it's easier to remember numbers as opposed to date and time. Sometimes can get a little confusing, but it's up to you. So I got FSC PV here, so I can actually collect data. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Let me see here. Right around here somewhere. Now you can see there's definitely some oscillations happening. Now, if I want to read that in, all I got to do is double click on it and the data file is read in. And you can see here there's a flow, obviously it's oscillating, and it's oscillating around 373.836 seconds. You could see it here, the oscillation peak. Very interesting. Now, what I can do as well is to go back to the data manager. And suppose now I say, this is interesting. I wonder what other variable is actually oscillating at 373.86 seconds. So what I could do now is do a custom query. So here you could do various sorts. You could do run number and tag. So here I could be able to take a look at this. I could see, oh, that's oscillating. That's oscillating. Well, that's not oscillating. This is oscillating as well. So what I can do is do a custom query. So this is interesting because now I can start filtering the data to see based on whatever criteria that I want. See the fields here. Pretty much every single field in the available in the file header is available here. I can sort by tag. I can sort by server ID. All sorts of things. I'm going to scroll down and look at the peak peak 1 period, because remember it actually analyzes a bit different harmonics. So the peak 1 period, and I'm going to say I want it to be in between, and you can see it tells you the syntax, and so I'm going to go from 300 to 400 seconds per cycle. I got to go append query, but that's not enough. I want to see if it's a significant cycle as well. So I'm going to look here for peak 1% variance. I mean, how much is that cycle actually contributing to the overall variance or variability of the signal? Here I got to go greater than or equal to, and I got to say 75%. And I'm going to append query. And you can see up here is actually appending, it's actually creating the query statement. And I'll go OK. And now you can see now it's actually, the data has been filtered. And if I go back to here, preview, so now I can see all the data sets that actually contain the cycle between 300 and 400 seconds. If I go here to peak info, you can see 372, 98%. If I go back to another data set, different run number, 373.3, 98.39. So it's very, very powerful to be able to, and you can append as much as you want to be able to sort out through all sorts of different, the thousands of data files that you can have. So I got to clear this right now. Now, the other thing as well that you can do is if you do a right click and it says add to batch queue. So you can actually copy this, what's called to the batch queue. So I got to close this now. So here I go to batch, and it actually copied all the files inside of here. And what I can do now is I can go view setup. I can add files, printer. I can print them. I can also go and do a cross correlation analysis. That's a subject for a future webinar. So cross correlation or power spectrum analysis. I can edit them all. So it's kind of powerful. I could do all sorts of things based with the batch as well. Next video is going to be about the correlation analysis, where we could use very large numbers of files and try to establish any kind of correlation or negative correlations as well. And that can help you try to track down some variability that could be cause and effect, where one variable could be actually causing a variable. There's a correlation oscillation involved as well. And I'll show you also how to export that correlation analysis to Excel and kind of make it a little bit more, maybe a bit more presentable. It's sort of like a bit of a heat map. And perhaps as I go along, maybe I'll figure out some other additional videos as well. So I hope you enjoyed this and have yourself a great day. Thank you.